We are in the key of C. The backing track will have the first 4 bars with just drums. Then the bass player comes in and he plays this riff throughout the song. This concept is based mostly on our C9th chord, with the root played on the first string. So this is a C9th right there. The structure of this concept is as follows. We start with our intro, then we have our motif A. We lead into motif B. We go back to motif A. Then we go to motif number C, which is slightly different. We go back to motif A, and then we have our outro, which is practically the same as our intro, but I'll get deeper into that later. What's important to realize is that we are constantly going back to motif A. So there's really a structure going on here. The intro is based on a classic blues turnaround. We probably all know this one. But I modified it slightly to be used for this 4/4 groove. We have a chromatically descending and ascending, we have a chromatically descending line on our 4th string. That's the one right here. We're starting from the 8th fret, going down like that. In our 4/4 groove, it will be. And we have a chromatically ascending line on our 2nd string, starting on the 5th fret, going towards the 8th fret. We will try to fret the C, our root note, on the 1st string constantly with every note that's being played. So we will get this. Once again. After this, we play the ascending and descending lines backwards. During this, I cheat a little as I'm not able to keep playing the C note, the root, on the 1st string during every part of this riff. So I'll play it like this. I'll play it a bit slower. And then backwards. Because we have 2 lines that are ascending and descending at the same time, it is very similar to what a horn section can do. Now let's go into motif A, because at the end of the intro we will start with motif A. We will mimic our baritone sax, which we play on the 6th string, as that is as low as we can go on the guitar. We're playing just those notes. Notice how I'm only hitting the string once and slide it up fret by fret until we hit the root. And then I stop playing the note. This creates a sound slightly more similar to a baritone sax, as they will usually change notes within the same breath. If they would hit every note with a different breath, we would get da-da-da, similar to that. But they breathe in, they exhale, and they do pa on one exhale. This riff leads us into our sliding 9th chord, which I'm playing with a pick, by the way. I was hitting it with my fingers now. Let me combine these two, the baritone part and the sliding 9th chord. The C note, which is on our 1st string, could be our trumpet, and the sliding chords are then constantly alternated by this baritone sax. Motif B will start by playing ascending triads on our 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. This is just a C major triad that we're working towards. Notice how the first long in the performance is held slightly longer. We're doing we don't do, but we're doing this. We have da da da, not da da da, but da da da. We will then move our 9th chords over the neck. We have our C9th here. We're moving that up the neck by 2 frets. When you want to sound like a full horn section, it's all about moving chords to make it sound big. So for this part, we're keeping it quite simple by moving it over a couple of positions, but we're still sliding it around. After repeating this for the 4th time, we are ending our riff on a B13th triad. Right there. Instead of our C9th chord. As you can hear, this triad sounds like it wants to resolve back to the root, our C. This also makes it clear for the rest of the band that we want to initiate Motif A again. Let me play it just one more time with the B13th triad at the end. Motif C is a spin-off of Motif B. We're just slightly changing what we did at Motif B. In this case, we are chromatically descending our 9th chord. And we're also ending on the B13th triad after the 4th time. This leads us to our outro. This is almost exactly the same as the intro, with one exception. So the intro was like this. Remember? For the outro, we're doing it one more time. And then the drums are finishing the song by going ta 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 ta. So we want to be in sync with that. Therefore, we're ending it on. So that leads us to. Another thing to keep in mind is the dynamics. During this concept, I am continuously playing Motif A softer than the rest to create some distinction between the different motifs.